Isaiah chapter 31, verse 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord Yahweh B'Hasham Yahushai. Kohaloyam La Yahweh B'Hasham Yahushai B'Hasham Rakahakadash. Double honors and salutations to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone that taught us his truth, that ruled well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect and to the 1/3 men, women, and children of Israel, and to the elect, to the Israelite foreigners who has the appearance of the heathens, but their lineage, their seed line from their fathers goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom, this is the brother Habashai Abadi of GMS Chicago, and Lord willing, I want to title this video, "The Strength of Egypt Will Be Your Shame." All right, now what do I mean by the strength of Egypt? We know that America, aka Babylon, there are many buzzwords for the America in the scriptures, man. All right, Egypt, all right, Chaldeans, daughter of the Chaldeans, all right, daughter of Babylon, okay, of course Egypt, I think I said Assyrian, Nineveh, right? And also we know that this is America is also the last leg of the Roman Empire, all right, the Greco-Roman Empire, right? And you can just see by everything America represents, the layout of Washington D.C., you know, very Masonic, all right? Look at the back of the dollar bill, and these things are controlled by Edomites, self-proclaimed white people. This is their kingdom. The whole world is theirs. Job 9:24 tells us that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, right? He covered the faces and the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Okay, and he rules it with his sword, which was his gift that Isaac gave him in Genesis chapter 27. All right, got the fatness of the earth, okay, and he rules the world with a sword, and his sword is his modern day army. There's guns, all right? Nobody breaks a gun down like Esau Edom, all right? All the gun manufacturers are named after Esau Edom. And this pic here, what you see is a sailor coming back from World War II, kissing his woman, which means this is happy times. This is when the baby boomer generation began, right? After they dropped Fat Man and Little Boy, all right, on Nagasaki and Hiroshima, the atomic bomb on the Ammonites, which are the modern day so-called Japanese, right? So I see a lot of comments where, you know, hey, these Babylonians, man, these Americans, they boast so highly of their military, man. And as we see in these beginning stages of World War III, Iran is handing their ass to them, man. Okay, the bully of the block has finally been punched in the mouth. All right, because when America, when they war, it's for rape, robbing, and pillaging people's lands. All right, and it's all done in wickedness, right? It's not to forward Yahweh B'Hasham Yahushai, right? They always, whatever they want from your land, they have to give you a little bit of democracy. And what comes with democracy? Weak, broken houses, right? Effeminate men, so forth and so on. Just total abomination, all right? Everything upside down, and everybody's sick and tired of it. And they can't go around the earth bullying anybody anymore. So, and then not only that, these devils, man, they're not even good to their own soldiers, man. And that's against the scriptures. Let me grab that real quick. Because, hey, you go see any, you know, like 70 to 80% of people begging are old Vietnam veterans, man. All right? Which they treated them like crap when they came back from the war. Called them baby killers, right? Really, they was doing it for the French Connection, for the opium in Southeast Asia. This is Sirach chapter 26, verse 28. There be two things that grieve my heart, and the third make me angry. A man of war that suffer poverty, and men of understanding that they are not set by, and one that return from the righteous to sin. The Lord Yahweh prepares such a one for the sword. Okay, and Esau Edom, he's getting ready to meet his own sword. We'll say if you live by the sword, you die by the sword. And the last sword is that ICBM, the intercontinental ballistic missiles that's going to bombard Babylon the Great. All right, we're just speaking these things. We don't have any weapons. All right, the Hebrew Israelites, so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, we're just pushing what the Lord prophecies say, man. Okay, and people get mad at us for it. Okay, you can't get mad at the mailman for him bringing a bill that you didn't pay, right? And you know, we see a draft is coming, you know, but nobody wants to go, right? So now let's go back and read Isaiah. Matter of fact, I'm gonna read that Isaiah 31 in the NLT, and it says the futility of relying on Egypt, and we know America is spiritual Egypt according to Revelation 11 and 8. Okay, and also when Yahweh Shai come back in the chariot, which you people ignorantly call UFOs, in Isaiah chapter 19 and 1. It says, what sorrow awaits those who look to Egypt for help, trusting their horses and chariots. Those are what they used in wartime in the ancient world. And charioteers, and depending on the strength of human armies, instead of looking to the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, the Holy One of Israel. And we know that the Lord Yahweh Shai, Lord Yahweh, he's a man of war. That's Exodus 15 and 3, right? So you people, man, you run down to Egypt and you look think that America is gonna was gonna do Iran like they did in Venezuela. And truth be told, the last war they really won was World War II. All right, but now everybody got the nuclear missiles now. All right, you ain't the big bad guy on the block no more. It says, woe to the rebellious, Isaiah 30 and 1. Woe to the rebellious children, said the Lord Yahweh, that take counsel but not of me, and that take cover with a covering but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. And that's the children of Israel, man. All right, they're caught up in the image of the beast. They're worshiping the image of the beast, man. All right, thinking that America is the end-all, be-all. No, man. You so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans and speckled birds that look like the heathens, there's a kingdom coming on earth as in heaven. Okay? It says that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth, which is the prophets, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. All right, and that shadow is the shadow of death, like it tells you in the book of Job. And World War III is getting is being fought for I don't want to do that. It's being fought for the Israelites, man. All right, let's grab that in the book of Joel. Joel 3 and 1. It says, for behold, in those days, in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is what they call the so-called Middle East, all right, which is Western Asia, and will plead with them. That plead don't mean begging. It means to punish with them there for who? My people, the Israelites, and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. Now our accountability in that was we were disobedient to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, right? But only the elect, starting with the 144,000, all right, and then the mixed multitude, the Revelation 7, all right, they're going to repent, okay, and be converted. All right, it says, and they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink. Okay, so yeah, they did this to our people in the slave trade, man. You could find a good depiction of this in the movie Goodbye Uncle Tom. All right, let's grab What else I want? Let's grab real quick here Isaiah. Isaiah 14 and 10. I started 9. It says, "Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It is stirred up. It stir up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It has raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. All they shall speak and say unto thee, Art thou become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us?" Right. So America ain't the big bad bully on the block, man. And this is all for prophecy's sake, man. All right. All right, Salakia. So, yeah, the Lord is bringing them all to the valley of Jehoshaphat, man, which is means Yahweh Mashapatnim. All right, Yahweh's judgment, man. All right. It says here, Revelation 17 and 17. It says, Salakia. It says, "For Yahweh have put in their hearts, which is their mind, to fulfill his will." Because people be like, "Oh, America, they can't lose. They got the strongest army." Yeah, their army is strong, right? They still strong, you know. But, hey, these armies now, man, they get, as we see, Iran, these people been, Iran, Russia, China, hey, these people been really focusing and putting their money into their military, man. While America's been, you know, dealing with, what El Yashawam called it, ubiquitous, you know, the rainbow community, all kind of madness, doing their wickedness, right? While these other countries have been pretty much polishing their swords, right? It says, "And to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of Yahweh shall be fulfilled," man. And that's all I'm speaking on right now. All right, let's run over here to Revelation 13, and because you people love, you Americans are so spoiled over here, man. See, this is why it's called Virgin Daughter of Babylon. America ain't never had its cherry pop as far as boots on the grounds from other countries over here. That Civil War, you can't count that. That was infighting. All right, so hey, no other countries ever dropped in and just start terrorizing American citizens. Now, one thing, the waters, the Atlantic and the Pacific, kind of is like a cushion to a degree. But hey, the Lord is gonna shut all that down, man. Russia got missiles that can get over here in 15 minutes, man. All right, Russia ain't far when you consider from Alaska, from the West Coast side, right? So it's just first and foremost, the microchip gotta be mandatory implemented to everyone. All right, and World War III will be brewing around that time, right? So you people keep on boasting and bragging, you know, you can just go out and do what you want. No F6. Only every time an F-16 fighter jet is above your head is you at a damn football game, man. You cheering. All right, you love to go to fireworks shows, okay, clapping and yay and 4th of July and hey, man, all that 4th of July, all that's going to be bombs, man. All right, and the last one, which will be the MOTB, man. Not MOTB. I was thinking of the MOAB, mother of all bombs, but yeah, the ICBM, right? So now let's read Revelation 13 and 9. It says, "If any man have an ear, let him hear. Only the elect have the ear to hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that kill with the sword must be killed with the sword," okay? Which is that nuclear weapon I was saying. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. The saints are the Israelites. It says, "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon." All right. Now this goes back to the plebeian patricians, the parties that was in the Roman Empire, but also this also could represent the Democrats and Republicans, and it's pretty much the same bird with the two wings on the same bird, man, flying you into the New World Order. It says, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, the Roman Empire, right? Because what happened? Renaissance period. Renaissance means rebirth from what? The Roman Empire. You Edomites, you so-called white people, Caucasians, so-called, you went into the Caucasus Mountains. You were chased into the Caucasus Mountains, all right? That's when that chain of 1,000 years was put on you, all right? And that was during the Byzantine Empire when Jake, so-called Negroes, were ruling all of Europe, man, all right? That's when you were in the caves. Then you came out, Renaissance, rebirth from what? If you never went down, right? And here we are, continuing. It says, and caused the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. See? All right, now we're down there trying to impose a digital renaissance, okay? That technocracy, all in wickedness, all under the vibration of Satan, which, hey, Satan just means adverse of righteousness, all right? With everybody under their feet. It says, and he do great wonders so that he make fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. See that? Then that was your, he also has laser weapons. What they call it? Dumb? No, what's the, oh, no, digital, is it direct energy weapons, if I'm not mistaken. Direct energy weapon, which is called DO. Okay, and they use that on Hawaii. America used their, the military and CIA, they use these things on their own citizens, man. All right? And it says, even on their own Edomites. It says, verse 14, and deceive them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles. All right, you got AI now. They pumping that real hard. Which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. All right. So we know you keep reading down, and that goes into Revelation, the mark of the beast. Revelation 6 and 4. Now it says, and there went out another horse that was red. That's representing Esau, Edom. All right, came out red like into a hairy garment. Right? What's that? Genesis chapter 25 and 23. Okay. And then when you go into the horse power is measured by horses, like horsepower. All right, because a horse is a very powerful animal, right? And it says, and power was given to him that sat thereon to do what? Take peace from earth. How did he do that? With his sword, his military. But that's getting ready to go down. And that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. And that's the one I was telling you about in Genesis 27, verse 38 on down. All right. Because we're at the end of his kingdom, man. Okay. And hey, during this time, this one, Babylon was turned into that golden age, man. And this is why you people chase after the image. Watch this. Jeremiah 51 and 7. Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, which is what? Her philosophies. All right. That the west, the ways of the West. All right. Everything that's contrary to the Bible. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Hey, modern day Babylon is Iraq, and the people are still there now. It's not destroyed. How for her? This is a future prophecy. Take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed. Yeah, because this bitch on life support. Hospice, right? It says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country. People leaving America in drones going back to their own land. All right, my mother friend got just went back home. For her judgment reached unto the heaven and is lifted up into the skies. Okay, it says the Lord Yahweh have brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, our power. All right, and that goes right back with Joel 3:1, why the Lord is bringing World War III for Israel's sake. Okay, let's grab Revelation 18 and I'll start at 15. It says, the merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment. That's those bards, those nuclear missiles bombarding this place. Weeping and wailing, yeah, because America's the cash cow for the earth. Okay? And this lets you know everybody in the world and the earth won't die. All right, they're going to be looking at America being bombarded by their phones. It says, and saying, alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, because America became that melting pot because everyone wanted to come here. This was pretty much people thought that the streets were made of gold here. All right, America was looked unto like salvation. You come here for a better opportunity. I don't have opportunity where I'm from. Yeah, because Babylon the Great came and took all your resources from your land. All right, verse 17. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster, the container ships, man, and all the company in ships and sailors. That's the spirit sailor right here, man. And as many as trade by sea stood afar off and cried. Hey, what's going on now? The Straits of Hormuz, man. All right, it's getting choked out in Iran. Verse 18, it says, and cried when they saw her, the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city wherein were made rich all that has ships in the sea, by reason of her costliness, for in 1 hour is she made desolate. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets. How are apostles and prophets in America? Reincarnation, man. All right, Apostle Paul, all the apostles, they were in Rome, man. This ain't speaking of that. For Yahweh have avenged you on her. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone, and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with great violence, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. Okay, and like I said earlier, Babylon, modern day Babylon, is Iraq. And we still see it. This is a future prophecy. Okay, and let's always end it with the cherry on top. Yeah, you stupid Babylonian America. You got so much faith in your American power and American might, and it's all out of wickedness, man. Okay, hey, it's going to fall like it just said. Second Esdras 6 and 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? All right, the end of this sinful age, right? We're going into a righteous age. All right, the kingdom of heaven on earth that will be ruled by the Israelites, and you Edomites, self-proclaimed white people, will be going into captivity along with the other nations, man. The Psalms 83 posse, right? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, so-called white man, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right, once again, like I said, the kingdom of heaven on earth as in heaven, man. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. This wicked, sinful, evil age is over with, man. All right, and that American might that has over 800 military bases all over the world is going to come to naught. So Lord willing, it was edifying. Shalom.